Good part of the day, dear people who stutter. Today's lesson will be about who, how, and where. Who stutterers? Hi, I am Anna Deeter. I welcome those of you who have watched previously my video lessons in the series Speech Mastery with Anna Deeter. And I welcome those who have stepped in the Etalon classroom for the first time. In this video, I will expose the truth about who, how, and where fools people who stutter. And I don't even want to mention their names, as most of them are as confused and ignorant as you are, dear people who stutter. They do not realize that what they do is a crime against humanity. Most of them truly believe that those non-correct speech actions that they teach people who stutter will help somehow their speech in some unknown future. These inadvertent charlatans, I apologize for using such a harsh word, but I am set to speak the truth today. And sometimes when you speak the truth, you use words that are not pleasing to your ear. So once again, these inadvertent charlatans, unaware that their harmful teachings destroy stutterers' speech, psychic, and their overall perception of reality. It is because of these confused stuttering advisors, stutterers begin to believe that the way they are being taught to speak is the normal way to speak without stuttering. I hope when you listen to me speak normally like this, and then begin listening to the way of normal speak without stuttering, the way you have been trained to do many times in different speech therapy or stuttering programs, you will realize that there is something not quite right about this kind of normal way of speaking without stuttering. In reality, this is not even speech at all. But what is it? Every stuttering program is based on one hypnotic trick. You have been probably fascinated by magicians performing their magical tricks, right? But after someone has explained to you how the trick has been done, you kind of lose interest to this trick and you realize, this is so simple, I've been fooled. Let me demonstrate a very simple trick that every stuttering program in the world, except Etalon, of course, uses today. So you could understand why every stutterer is getting deceived so easily by this trick. Imagine a big concert hall, and there is a magician, a hypnotist on the stage. So he asks the crowd, is there a stutterer in the audience? So there is a stutterer in the audience, and he goes, yeah, I stutter. And he comes up on the stage, and the magician announces, watch how this stutterer will stop stuttering right in front of your eyes. So the audience kind of freezes in silence, expecting to see a miracle. So what the hypnotist does, he grabs Stutterer's hand, he leans toward the ear of a stutterer and begins whispering something in his ear. And all of a sudden, a stutterer begins repeating the words that he hears, precisely in a monotone voice, without stumbling even one time. The crowd goes crazy! Whoa! Whoa! A stutterer just dropped his stuttering momentarily. What a miracle! It is a hypnotic trick known since 19th century. Hypnotists discovered it and used it to fool large audiences, to fool crowds, to show them, kind of entertain them, to show a miracle healing of a stutterer, and of course make a nice income of it. But what really happened on the stage? What did the hypnotist do to stop a stutterer stuttering? It's a scientific fact that this hypnotic trick works 100% of the time. It's very simple. You will be laughing when you understand how this hypnotic trick works. You know the fact that you, a person who stutters, you never stutter while singing. You've done it many times. Every time you sing, you never have a problem. You just sing. Why? Because when we sing, we simply follow a learned song. We follow the learned precise rhythm. We follow the precise sequence of words. And we always sing the words that are supposed to be in the song. We cannot go faster than rhythm goes. We cannot come up with some other words other than the ones that are supposed to be in the song. So we basically sing according to the learned program. Our memory is programmed to sing the certain words. And when we sing, we stretch vowel sounds in a different way. Such trick of stretching out the vowels slows down your mind and your speech apparatus. And this is why when stutterers sing, they never stutter. I am going to sing right now, and I want you to notice how I stretch my vowels in a different way. So this is what makes it sound like singing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. See? Every vowel was stretched with a different way. So this is the same trick that has been used in every stuttering program in the world today. Stretching vowels in the same way we do it in singing. So let's see how this trick is being done, so you could realize how you have been fooled. They get rid of the variety of the different length of stretched vowels. They take out the speech melodicas, so it would sound not like a song anymore. And here is how we're gonna sound now when we stretch all the vowels in the same monotone way. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. You can clearly hear the monotone speech now. Such speaking sounds kind of retarded to me or robotic, because it does remind of a mechanical tone of a robot. Not even one normally speaking person ever would say that this is normal speech, because technically it is not even a speech. It's singing. It's a monotone singing, to be precise. This can be called chanting. Every stuttering program trains chanting. But would it appear a miracle if that hypnotist called a stutterer on the stage and promised him to immediately eliminate his stuttering because he would begin singing? No, it's not going to appear as a miracle. This is why they have come up with such a trick of chanting to mislead the ignorant crowd and to make people believe that, oh yes, that a stutterer really quit stuttering and really started speaking without stuttering. From that old, dark era of hypnotists performing on stages and collecting money from ignorant crowd, showing them miracle healing of a stutterer. Since that time, the misconception, the belief in hypnotic cure of stuttering is still present today. Thousands of fooled by this misconception people who stutter are in constant search for a hypnotherapist who would hypnotize them and who would make them stop stuttering and begin speaking normally. As a speech educator with over 30 years of experience, as a passionate, independent researcher, I can assure you that normal speech has a totally different mechanism. All these so-called fluency shaping techniques that your conventional or not conventional speech advisors train you to perform, they simply take you far away from being a normal speaker and make you a chanter. This unnatural chanting sounds really strange to the ear of a normal speaker. But stutterers fooled by this hypnotic trick, which again, I'm going to remind to you that it takes only 1 second to slow down anyone's mind and speech apparatus. Stutterers are happy with the results, and they do believe that one day in the unknown future, they will begin speaking normally. Of course, they stopped doing this, right, on the all other jerking behaviors, but they still speak in a pretty abnormal way. They still cannot use their chanting to socialize with normal speakers. Can you imagine someone will enter the store and begin singing to a salesperson? Give me, please, a pound of sausage. Of course, people will laugh because people do not sing like this in the store. They may ask, are you celebrating something or what? You look like you're in a good mood today. But chanting the same phrase like this, give me, please, a pound of sausage. This may trigger people to look at you with a different kind of a question on their mind. What's wrong with this person? Right? So I would like you to understand that learning to substitute stuttering with chanting requires 1 second. It is natural. It is a hypnotic trick. Very, very simple. But it is not natural to chant. normal people speak. Unfortunately, your speech trainers do not teach you to speak. You come to them for years and years, and they have been training you to do chanting over and over and over again. Nothing new. This is how they commercialized this simple hypnotic trick, which works in 1 second, but you keep practicing it diligently for years in various programs and methods. What for? If you can do it even without any trainer right now in front of your computer, then why waste your time and money? The answer is straightforward. It requires a lot of time and the influence of a whole group of people who are as confused as you are to convince you, to brainwash, make you believe that chanting is the normal way people speak without stuttering. Otherwise, you're not going to use this unnatural oral communication way on your own. The very first time you take your speech to the store or to any social situation where you would attempt to use your chanting in communication with normal speakers, you would be tempted to drop such an unnatural, weird way of oral self-expression and turn back to stuttering. Just like that stutterer in the concert hall who was chanting and everyone was clapping to him, he was happy, but he immediately turned back to stuttering when he got out of the concert hall and started communicating with normal people. This is why they say stuttering relapses. In reality, it doesn't relapse. It never leaves you. Yes, they could have used this 1 second hypnotic trick on you and they taught you how to chant, but no one ever taught you how to speak. This is why when you are tired of chanting after that program, you switch back to stuttering, which is more natural to you. And after some time, after you're sick and tired of stuttering, you begin looking for another program, which is also based on the same hypnotic trick of training you to chant. You keep switching between these two unnatural communication modes, from stuttering to chanting, from chanting back to stuttering, back and forth, for years of your life. People who stutter keep switching back and forth between stuttering and chanting because they still don't know how to speak normally. The programs are different. They have various packages. Some of them are more colorful than others, have more bells and whistles in them. They have to attract stutterers with their novelty, make them believe that there is something new, something different, and perhaps something more effective. But the core of every stuttering program in the world, except Etalon, of course, is the same. It is chanting. It's kind of like a little Christmas present wrapped in several layers of wrapping. You open one box, open the second one, the one inside, from inside again open up. Here, the last box. You open it up and what's there? Chanting. The bitter truth is that besides non-correct speech actions of chanting, some programs train people who stutter to perform some useless actions that are not even related to speech production. For example, breathing. And it's amazing to me because breathing is the most natural function of our body. If no one is born speaking, then everyone, even animals, are born ready to breathe right away. The first thing we do when we are born, our lungs are open up and we begin breathing. It's a natural function of our body. The worst thing people can do is to destroy it, to mess up with the function of the body that is given to us by God. Some programs call these kind of breathing exercises as intercostal breathing. Some train people who stutter to maintain their airflow. They call it in a different way. But the fact of the matter is, when normal people speak, they are never focused on their breathing, because breathing and speaking have nothing to do with each other. Some programs train people who stutter to operate their various muscles of their body, muscles that have no involvement naturally in our speech production. But they train stutterers to concentrate on them, and of course, it's useless. Such a combination of training people who stutter to perform non-correct speech actions and useless, not even speech-related actions makes it impossible to a person who stutters to ever even experience normal speech. You, people who stutter, have no idea what normal speech is because you have never experienced it, no one has ever trained you, no one has ever demonstrated it to you.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And I hope you're having fun with me because I'm having fun with you.
Did you see how happy this stuttering coach was? Did you notice how he was dancing and being happy about you coming back, welcoming you? Yes, he is so happy to see you back because he knows every time you coming back, you bringing more money, more business to him. Yes, but he kind of has a hard time convincing you to be happy coming back as well. Because if you have a little rationality left in you, you will realize that every time you come back, you have to bring your money, your time, and your hopes. Every time you come back, you always wonder, is it gonna be any different this time? If I do get any benefit from the program, how long is it going to stay this time with me?
Some people feel like that they're stuck. They've tried every program, they've even dabbled in my program, and it doesn't work. Tried his program, tried devices, doesn't work. And the truth is,
it didn't work. It doesn't work, and it will never work. Because just as this stuttering coach, there are thousands of others who call themselves stuttering helpers, and all of them have only one natural tool in their possession. It is a hypnotic trick, 1 second hypnotic trick that they train people who stutter to perform, chanting. I would like to remind to you that most people who are passionate about helping others who stutter are those who stutter themselves. Yes, they know very well how to stutter. They are professionals of stuttering. This is why they teach others how to stutter less, how to stutter less intensively, how to hide their stuttering, how to stutter in the way that others wouldn't notice that they stutter. They are professionals in stuttering, and they don't even hide that they continue stuttering themselves.
I still get stuck, everyone gets stuck. That's okay.
And no matter how they call themselves, stuttering coach, stuttering doctor, speech trainer, speech therapist, speech pathologist, and so on, they all train you to do only one trick, 1 second hypnotic trick of chanting, which of course naturally slows down your speech apparatus and your mind. The rest of their bells and whistles are not natural, are not standard, are not the way God created us humans to speak. All their recommendations are just their fantasy, their hypothesis, their speculations. Would you like to be their guinea pigs? Go ahead. Continue substituting one way of acting incorrectly in speech with the other one, with their fantasy. The reality is they themselves have no idea how to produce normal speech naturally. Because if they did, they would have become normal speakers themselves a long time ago. So why do they still stutter? Because they don't know what the natural mechanism of normal speech is. They don't know that. So do you really think that they can teach it to you?